Wow, Nintendo, you've got guts. Putting something this disgusting in a Mario game is quite the accomplishment.
Mind you, Super Dimentio still unnerves me, but Mimi reflecting on Super Paper Mario just made me wonder, why? Why would Nintendo put a little girl that graphically snaps her neck to become a spider in a Mario game? Notice the spider Mimi's speech bubble is the same as the Shadow Queen's. Not even Super Dimentio has that speech bubble. You can even hear her neck cracking. To me, that's the worst part.
Majora is 3 forms of pure horror. The first form, with its scary music and soul-piercing eyes, is already unnerving on its own. But then the fright meter gets stepped up significantly in its next form, where Majora becomes an obscure, genderless-looking humanoid that moonwalks and squeals like a castrato. Kinda like...
The last form still has the psychotic squealing, and also pumps up its limbs to the point where you can actually hear them being pumped up.
In general, Majora is just a massive WTF moment. It's so surreal that it just passes itself off as disturbing.
To me, Majora's squealing is the most disturbing aspect of this battle. Just hearing them reminds me of a scene from a movie that horrified me as a kid.
Warning, this next boss contains large amounts of hideous fatty breasts. Turn away now if you're offended by such material. Yeah, this thing's appearance speaks for itself. Clotho from God of War 2 is just... I want to be able to say ugly or hideous, but those words are incredible understatements. No words can effectively describe Clotho like that.
Clotho is literally covered with ugly, fatty, blue breasts. Not only is that just wrong, it actually makes Clompa look normal by comparison. Now, I'd say that Clotho deserves its position as number 1 on Screw Attack's top 10 ugly chicks list, but, well, you wait and see. As hard as this will probably be to understand, Clotho isn't exactly the limit of how disgusting something can be. Another warning. The next boss contains disturbing images, audio, and a sickening amount of symbolism. What? Giygas isn't number 1? How could you? That's very simple. The top 2 are more disturbing. But first, hear us out. Giygas is still the quintessential disturbing boss. It just about has it all. Macabre battle music, undulating in a strangely unsettling manner, and it talks like a freaking mental patient.
But everyone knows the most disturbing thing about Giygas is its origins. The creator of Earthbound based Giygas off a childhood trauma where he thought he witnessed a rape scene in a theater. The Devil's Machine looks like a woman's birth canal, and the silhouette of a fetus appears in Giygas' final form. Now, we realize that a lot of you don't seem to notice the fetus, so we've decided to outline the silhouette for all you skeptics. Coincidence? We think not! No wonder you were sent back in time to fight Giygas at its weakest. You could almost say you're trying to abort a fetus! Oh, if Jack Thompson found out about Giygas, he would lose his mind.
Was trained by John Muhammad on Halo.
Warning! Extremely disturbing and sexual imagery from a rated M game. We couldn't help it. Neither of us have played this game, yet we've broken the play before put rule just this once. That would be because we think we have pretty good reasoning for breaking it. And if you haven't clued in as to why we might have broken this rule just to put Pandora on the list, here you go. Pandora has a butt for a face, an unsettling number of deformed legs, and a female face on its enormous, swelling wang. That's not right! That's seriously not right!
But the one thing that keeps it from being number one is that Pandora becomes a butterfly after you kill it. As if the game just said, yeah, forget about the butt-faced multi-legged monstrosity, here's a butterfly to settle y'all down. Like the first one was all cocoon. Yeah? Well, we haven't forgotten.
Alright, let's recap before we get to the most disturbing boss ever.
Number 15, Brawl Doll.
Number 14, the evil queen pulsating, bloated, festering, sweaty, pus-filled, malformed slug for a butt.
Number 13, the actual villain from Final Fantasy.
Number 12, Nightmare.
Number 11, the Spider Queen.
Number 10, Clompa.
Number 9, Psycho Mantis.
Number 8, the Great Mighty Pooh.
Number 7, Matt Helms.
Number 6, Mimi.
Number 5, Majora.
Number 4, Clotho.
Number 3, Giygas.
Number 2, Pandora.
Warning. Just warning. Bosses like Giygas are implicitly disturbing, where the symbolism about the boss makes it the most disturbing. Bosses like Clotho and Pandora are more explicit, where their disturbingness is right in your face. But we found a boss that is both implicitly and explicitly disturbing to a degree more heinous than any of the bosses on the list thus far. That boss is the broodmother of Dragon Age Origins.
Look at that. Just wow. Already, this boss looks more disturbing than Clotho, even in spite of how similar they are in appearance. A broodmother has many breasts, not dissimilar to Clotho, but the broodmothers have an incredibly revolting appearance to them that's not dissimilar to rotting pink flesh. At least Clotho's skin looked stable, if an unsettling shade of blue. The first time I saw a broodmother, I literally had to catch my breath. But then again, there's still the implicit component to this boss. And that is what makes this boss deserve number 1 so much.
There is a 10-day process to making a broodmother. The process is likely the vilest thing ever devised in fiction. It involves, in this order, abducting females of various races by darkspawn. An unknown process that causes the subjects to scream constantly, horrifying everyone around them. Darkspawn vomit into the females, causing them to swell in size and do other things. The females are violated by the Darkspawn. The new broodmothers are fed members of their own race to eliminate any trace of the original race's existence.
That is nauseating. A boss that has an unfathomably morbid creation process and one of the most revolting appearances of any boss possible. Yeah. This is entirely deserving of number 1, because unlike Pandora, there are no butterfly second forms. Just the most disturbing boss from a non-horror game ever.
Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go puke. Bye bye.